then in verse 7? Check this out. But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that the surpassing power belongs to God and not to us. Amen. You should just say amen when you read that. It's so cool because what Paul does is he juxtaposes treasure in jars of clay. Treasure, jars of clay. He says, we have this treasure, man. What treasure is that? A couple things. Number one, if you're a Christian, you are precious in the sight of God. He loves you. You mean so much to Him. You're valuable to Christ. You really are. He died. He paid the price for you. He gave His life. You were bought at a high cost. So number one, there's that. Yes, we belong to Him, and to Him we're special, and we're a treasure in that regard. But number two, secondly, we have this treasure. What's that? That's the glory of salvation, man. If you're a Christian, you have that glory of salvation in you. Everything that comes along with salvation, that newness of life, that hope that doesn't fade, and you have the message of the gospel of life, right? That we have that treasure. No? Yes. Yes, we do. So we have it in us, and we're to bring that out. So we have this wonderful, you can't put monetary value on it, treasure in jars of clay. That's it. That's humbling. That should humble you because we have it in jars of clay. What are jars of clay? And this is how we need to view ourselves, beloved, right? We're precious in His sight, but we know. Tell me you don't know this apart from Christ. What are you? What are you apart? Nothing, man. We're nothing. Forget about the self-esteem teaching that builds you up and you're this and you're that. Listen, apart from Christ, we're nothing. You know your heart, man. You know how deceptive your heart is. You know how devious you can be. You know the way you want to live. You know that you're just lost like a wandering sheep apart from Him. Trying to fool others and to fool yourself without God in the world and without hope under Satan's dominion. Loving your sin. That's apart from Him. Right? You know that. I don't have to tell you that. We're jars of clay. 1 Corinthians 1:26 and 27 says this. He's talking to Christians. Consider your calling, man. And I think this fits for most of us. Brothers, not many of you were wise according to worldly standards. Not many of you were powerful. Not many of you were noble of birth. But God has chosen what is foolish in the world to shame the wise. God chose what is weak in the world to shame the strong. So you know what He says? I'm going to choose people like you. Common, every day. That's what jars of clay. Just common vessels. Just the thing you would buy at Walmart for $2, right? That's it. But I'm going to use that to show you my power, right? I'm going to use people like you to show you. And all of us are jars of clay, even if you were powerful. You know, like even people who are very prominent, like Kirk Cameron, if you know that name. He was a good actor, prominent actor. I mean, not a good actor, but you know, he is in the comedy shows. I know they start laughing. Good actor, but he is sold out to Christ. And he's just shunned by that whole industry. He's like a nothing, nobody, right? So we're jars of clay. So that's what He's pleased. We're not highly influential, highly powerful, popular, because it's not about us. That's what you need to understand. It's never about us. It's always about Jesus Christ. And God shows His power that He could use you and you and you to bring people to Himself. That's it. That's where the privilege, that's where the honor comes in. To fulfill, you are being used by God to fulfill and to carry out His sovereign plan. Do you know that? Do you know how precious that is? You know how wonderful that is? That's the treasure that we have in these jars. That He's using me? He's using to do this for Him? No. So you know what that does? When you think about it, it should drive you to be more faithful. And it should humble you so much because you've received this grace that your desire should be to give yourself completely over to Him. Do you know?